Hello, my awesome artists. Today our book is Chameleon's Colors, and it's one of my most favorite books. And it's about a chameleon who's unhappy, but at the end realizes, you know what, I like it. I like who I am. So let's find out what happens in Chameleon's Colors. Chameleon's Colors by Chista Tashiro. I hope I said that right. Chameleon was always changing colors no matter where he went. His skin would be changed from brown to green, from green to yellow, and all to match his surroundings. Sometimes even his best friends would walk right by without seeing him. They would think he was a piece of wood, a leaf, a flower, or a stone. And we all know that that's the great thing about chameleons, is that they can change color to match their environment or their surroundings. Oops! Sorry, Chameleon! Hippo almost stepped on him. I didn't even see you. I know, said Chameleon. No one ever sees me, and I'm sick of it. I think it would be fun to change colors, said Hippo. What? Chameleon said, surprised. So there's the big old hippo, and there's the little chameleon. Day after day, the same old muddy gray, Hippo explained. I wish I could be a different color. Well, if that is what you really want, said Chameleon. He grabbed some pink blossoms, stomped on them. Can you stomp? Stomped on them and splashed the juice all over the hippo. That's fabulous, said Hippo. Now I'm pink like you. Chameleon smiled happily. He had a great idea. Did you know there was a time that when people wanted to make paint, they had to use natural things in their environment? So they may not have used these pink flowers, but they did find dirts, and they'd mash them with water, or they would take different leaves or berries, sometimes different plants, and make their own paint. That night, Chameleon stayed up late collecting flowers, fruits, and leaves. Hey, didn't I just say that? He squeezed out their juices and mixed them in little coconut shells, and he couldn't wait for morning. There it is right there, look. He's been busy working all night long. Chameleon's colors, bears or flee, tell me what color you want to be. Chameleon sang as loudly as he could. The wind carried his voice throughout the jungle, and soon the animals began to arrive. So there's Chameleon with his paintbrushes and his paint cups that he's made his colors. And here's the animals. Now, would these animals normally be together? Are they friends normally? Or are these predators and these are prey? Let's see what happens next. What would you like? Called Chameleon. Choose your style. Stripes or polka dots, checkered, flowered, any pattern under the sun. What a great idea, Chameleon, said the animals. They all went home, colorful and happy. Chameleon was very happy, too. He had become the most popular animal in the whole jungle. Now, let me just tell you something. If someone says you want to change to be popular, you tell them no. It's never good. It never turns out good. So here are the animals waiting their turn, which I'm impressed. It's a bunch of animals waiting their turn. And here he is. What animal is he painting? That's right. He's painting a lion. What pattern is he putting on him? A rainbow stripe pattern. Sure is. Oh, look at how pretty these animals look. Look at all those patterns. We all know Miss Friend loves some patterns. They're so colorful. They all look so happy. Let's see if they stay happy. But the next day, the lion started to complain. These colors are a big mistake, he said. I'm hungry, but I can't even tell the difference between a zebra and a hippo. How am I supposed to recognize my dinner? Lion is right, hissed the snake. I can't hide in the grass anymore. You can see my bright red skin from a mile away. So, we've talked about camouflage in the past, and before the chameleon painted them, they had their own natural camouflage. It could have been a pattern, but it helped them blend in. So that way, if they were a predator, they could hunt, and if they were prey, they could hide. But now, all the animals are confused because they don't look the way they're supposed to. Soon, all the other animals were complaining too. Life was much easier with our old colors. Now everything is messed up and it's all your fault. Chameleon changes back now, and they rush toward him angrily. Now, did the chameleon make them do this, or did they make the choice? I think sometimes we forget that. The chameleon did not make them change their selves, but they made the choice, and now none of them are happy. Look at Chameleon. He looks a little bit scared, doesn't he? Wonder what's gonna happen. They chased him to the edge of a cliff. Trembling, Chameleon closed his eyes and he turned the color of the rocks, and he waited. So there they all are. And there's poor Chameleon right there at the very end. Now let's look at the surrounding. Let's look at the environment. Look at all this. What's going on in the background? So the setting in the background is changing. So if you look at these clouds, what do you think might be coming? Let's see what comes next. Suddenly, a clap of thunder roared through the sky, and huge sheets of rain poured down, washing the colors off the animals. The chameleon breathed a sigh of relief. Where's all the paint going? Here's Mr. Chameleon. It's matching the wood, the ground. And the animals are going back to their normal colors. When the sun came out, the jungle was back to normal. The stripes were on the zebras instead of the lion. And Chameleon was back to normal too, changing from brown to green, from green to yellow, all to match his surroundings. So they are all out there in the desert. Everybody's calm. You see Mr. Chameleon? There he is. All right, so I'm going to show you the last 2 pages, and I want you to look close and see how many chameleons you can count. So there's the first page. How many do you see? Use your eyes. And here's the second page. How many more do you see now? All right. Stay tuned for our art lesson. It's coming next. Okay, so we're going to draw Mr. Chameleon. I'm going to draw with the Sharpie because that's what I have so that you can see it. And then what you should draw with is whatever you have at your house. If you have something in your house, use it. It's up to you. And your parent. So make sure you ask your parent before you draw. We're going to start by putting a ground line down here at the bottom of our paper. I'm using watercolor paper because it's a longer paper. You draw on whatever you have at your house. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come almost to the top. I'm going to make a line that goes almost to our ground line right there. And then from there, we're going to come down like we're making a rainbow. So it curves down like a rainbow. And then we're going to connect those right there. So now we have the quarter of a circle. Now let's open his mouth. So we're going to come right here. We're going to make a V like that. At the corner of the V, we're going to put a circle. We're going to connect this part to the bottom. We're going to come right here. We're going to make a big circle. And then inside of the big circle, we're going to put some smaller circles. From there, we're going to connect. So we're going to start this by going up a little bit, go past his eye, go up top, and then bring it down a little bit. So we went up past our line, then it curved and came down. All right? And then if you want to make it a girl and you want to put eyelashes, you want to put some lipstick, if you want to put a tongue in his mouth, you can do all those things when you want to. The next thing we need is a tail. Now you can make your tail come down here and wrap around, or you can make it go up and wrap around. I like to make mine go up, but you decide with yours. So I'm going to make mine go up. So I'm going to come up here, and it's just a long loop until it gets to the middle, and then I'm going to curve it back to the body. There's my chameleon's body and his head. What's missing? That's right, he's missing his feet. So we're going to keep our feet simple. So we're going to come right here. We're going to make 2 lines, And on the bottom, we'll put a little line, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to come back here, draw our skinny rectangle with 2 lines in the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Do they only have 2 legs? You're right, they have 4. So let's come behind this one, put another one right here. It's on the other side, and let's put one over here on the other side. Now notice, it's not as long as this first one because it's on the other side. Now your chameleon's got to hide because it doesn't want a lot of animals coming after it. So to make it hide, let's go ahead and put some leaves. So to put our leaves, we're just drawing football shapes or eyes. So it curves and it curves. And we want them to be big enough so that he is hiding in the bushes. Okay? Or he's hiding in the trees. Because this could be a tree branch if you wanted it to. But your leaves got to be huge. We don't want to see a lot of that extra negative space. Make those leaves really, really big so he has somewhere to hide. There we go. All the way around. Now, what was important is that he had a camouflage on pattern. And he made new patterns to put on all the animals. So that's what we're going to do on him, is we're going to make a new pattern. But first, I want to split my leaves in half with lines. Now you could leave your leaves just like this with just one line, or you can make your leaves more interesting by putting a V design on them. So if you look at this one right here, if I put an upside down V, see the V? It'll kind of look like arrows, and I do that all the way back, and that leaf becomes more interesting than this leaf. So I'm going to do that on all of mine. I'm going to put those V's. And notice my V's go all the way to the edge. They're not just in the middle. I didn't just do this. I made them go all the way to the edge. And do that for every single one of them. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do my sides also. So. Now, you don't have to put them on there, but if you want to, you can. I just think it makes my leaves look more interesting. All right, there you go. So the last thing he needs is a pattern, and you decide what kind of pattern you want to put on yours. I think I'm going to put a zigzag pattern on his body, and then I'm going to put a different pattern on his head and a different pattern on his tail. If you want it to have the same pattern, that's fine. You want to do stripes or polka dots, any of those kind of patterns are fine. You can make up your own pattern if you want to draw flowers all over them, or rainbows, or smiley faces, or trucks, or fish, whatever. You put your own unique pattern on him that you want. All right, so I'm going to do zigzag lines on the main part of his body. All right. Now remember, predators have patterns so they can hide, so they can hunt, and prey have patterns so they can hide and not get eaten. Keeps them safe. For it to be a pattern, it has to repeat itself at least 3 times. So there's my tail. I put a tiger pattern. Notice a tiger pattern or a zebra pattern is using triangles. And then I'm going to use polka dots because I haven't used them yet. So let's fill his face with polka dots. All right, don't forget to sign it, and it's time to color.